Okay, the first thing that you need to do with any automation is create a trigger. A trigger is how the automation is going to start. In this case, we're going to keep it simple and do a simple on chat message trigger. So this is just going to allow us to basically have our own chat message here where we can talk to the AI agent that we create. So let's click play and we'll test this node, and you'll see that we have a chat box down here. So this is how we would interact with the agent and send it input. So now we have a trigger node. Now we need an agent node because we're creating an agent workflow. So now what we would do is click the plus button and look for the advanced AI button. Once we have the advanced AI button, you want to click the AI agent option. What this is going to do is give you this node right here. And what this node consists of is a chat model like OpenAI, ChatGPT, for example, or DeepSeek, or the new Quinn model, whichever model you choose. Right now, we're going to be using OpenAI's ChatGPT. You also have a memory option that allows you to basically store your past conversation so you can have reference when you're dealing with your AI. So you can connect the model, the memory, as well as tools. So for example, in this case, we're going to be building out a Google Docs workflow. So I'm going to show you how to start this off. We're going to select our model. We're going to click OpenAI chat model. From there, we're going to click GPT-4 O Mini. That's fine. So that's set up. What you want to do is, if you haven't done it already because it's your first time, what you're going to want to do is click this edit button right here. It's going to say add new connection because you haven't done it. So when you do that, you're going to get your API key from OpenAI. Just Google OpenAI API key and you can sign up. If you should already have a ChatGPT account. Come on, family. So if you have a ChatGPT account, it's the same website. You can go and get your API key. Once you have your API key, put it in here, create that connection, and you're done. So once you have that, you can add your window buffer memory. This is the easiest way to set it up and the fastest. So from doing that, what we can do is basically we're connecting that to our chat trigger node. So what it's doing is storing the information, so our context from this chat message into our to our memory. So in doing so, this is telling it how much context it has, so how many messages it has. So in this case, we're going to leave it at 5. So remember 5 past messages that you send. So that's the memory. So now that we have the memory, what we're going to do is add tools. So we can add tools. In this case, right now, we're making this agent, we're going to make it a Google Docs agent. So you've seen already. So now what we're going to do is basically create a Google Docs tool. So again, you're about to see going through the creating credential aspect. So this is going to be generally the same process. Some of it varies slightly depending on what platform you're doing, but in this case, we're going to be doing it for Google and Google Docs. So now what you're going to want to do is get your client ID and your client secret. Let me show you how to end up doing that to make your Google connection. It's extremely simple, family. So what you're going to want to do is go to your Google Cloud Console. Everybody can start this account for free. Just go to your Google, just look on Google and type in Google Cloud Console. Once you're on there, create a new project. Once you create a new project, you'll be able to follow along with what I'm doing now. So once you have your project, you can go to APIs Overview. So let's go to APIs Overview. So once you're on the API section, what you want to do is go to the Enable APIs and Services. So depending on what you want to do for your basically application and your workflows, you want to enable these main core components for Google, right? Google Drive. So let's say Google Drive. So you want to click the Google Drive API and enable this. There should be an enable button right here. So once you enable that, you're good. Now let's say if you want to use Gmail, whatever API you want to use, whatever module you want to use, make sure you add it. So Gmail API, you see I have that. So now let's make sure Google Docs is enabled. That's one I don't think I have enabled. Google Docs API. So as you can see, this is not enabled. So in order to have this workflow work, we need to make sure this is enabled. Let's enable that. So awesome. Once we have that enabled, we're good. So we need to do a couple more steps to easily be able to maneuver and connect this to our N8N component. So what we're going to do is click our OAuth consent screen. You want to create this if you don't have one already, which most of you are not going to have already if you haven't done this before. So go to your OAuth consent screen. Once you go here, there will be an option saying create your OAuth application. And it's extremely simple. It's self-explanatory. Just go through that application and create an OAuth screen until you create an OAuth application until your screen looks like this. Once you're done, you need to create a set of credentials. So let's go back to where we were and click the credentials. So once you have the credentials set up, this is what you need right here. Once I click edit, I'll be able to see my client ID and what's necessary for me to be able to link both the client ID and client secret. So all you need to do is get to this page right here and click this and edit this, and you'll be able to put that client ID in here. Also, once above here, I have it hidden for security purposes, but above here in this section, you'll see the client ID and client secret. But remember, this is a very important part, family. You have to, and I mean have to, get this link from right here. Make sure that you have this link as a redirect URL. So understand that you need to have this link right here, or after it's gonna sell. You're gonna see here it says login. You will not be able to log in correctly if you do not have this link here. So if you're having issues, make sure you come back to this point and ask yourself, is my link here? If not, there's your issue. So make sure that's saved and you have that link. So once you're at this point and you have your client ID and client secret, make sure you click sign in with Google. And if you did everything correctly, you should be able to sign in with your Google account. Once you sign in with it, you should see this screen that says it hasn't verified. Click continue. Once you do this, click select all and click continue. If you get an error on any of these screens, then you do not, if this pop-up works and you get to log in with your Google, but it doesn't verify you, you did not put this link in correctly. So make sure you do that, family. It's very important. So now that we have a successful created, connected account, we are good to go. This is going to allow us, that's really the hardest part of all these automations, is getting the connection set up. It's just the most tedious stuff. The stuff it's easy, family. It just takes a little bit of time to get set up. So once we have that done, we have the connection made. Let's go back to this Google Docs module. So now all we're going to do is saying folder name or ID. What we're going to do is basically we're creating a document. So we're going to go through here one by one. We set up our credentials. Now we have tool description. We're going to leave this as set automatically. We're going to have resource document. So what we want to do is create basically a document, and we're clicking the operation create and leaving this as my drive. That's good. Now for folder name or ID, because this is going to be an AI agent, we're going to be telling you what to do. So you're going to be doing this a lot, family. So look, let's go to folder name. On this level, you're going to have places where you have to manually select, which you're seeing here. So now you see I have an AI agent folder. So now I want this AI agent to add to my AI agent database. So in doing that, now it's saying the title of the document, right? So in the title of the document, I would want AI to be able to basically control what the title is going to be. So you would click this button right here that says, let the model define this parameter. Once that's done, this is the bulk part of it. When you're building these agents, a lot of times, you're just going to let AI determine all the input. Whatever you have to select, but whatever that you want the AI to be able to control, you just click that button and it's going to determine it. Extremely simple. So okay, now that we have that create tool, let's add an update tool. So let's click, basically, let's just duplicate this node. Scroll down, hold on 1 second, close this. Let's duplicate this. Let's connect it by just dragging it. Once we have that, we're going to change this from create to update real quick. We'll do this basically, the auto define, and pay attention to this part. We're telling it to auto define, but keep in mind it has to have the exact document ID or URL. So with doing that, I'm going to show you how you can make sure that it gets it. So we basically set up, so it's going to determine which document we want to find or update. And we're going to go here now. Okay, insert segment, right? We're going to have this, again, determined by AI. So it's saying the object is going to be text, which is what we want to do. It's a text document. The action is going to be insert. So you're going to insert into the document, into where? The body segment. So we have the top of the document, which is the header, like the title. Then we have the body, which is in the middle. And then we have the footer, which is at the bottom. So we're telling you we want to insert at the body. And then we have insert location at the end of a specific position. So here, yeah, we'll just leave it at the end of the specific position I haven't dealt with Google Docs too much. So again, a lot of stuff is trial and error, family. So we're gonna see as I'm working through this. This is my first time doing it. This is how simple this stuff is. So we're doing this. We just inserted it. We're gonna leave it at the end of the specific position, and add action. Let's see what the other options are. Text. No, we're gonna leave it at the defaults for now, and leave the main text that is adding up to AI to decide. Everything else seems good. So let's leave that. So we have our update document, we have our create document, and then we have, let's just give it basically everything it needs. So let's duplicate this one more time. Bring these over some. I like to give myself some space, keep it organized. So now what we're gonna do is basically, again, just change this. Let's say get. So that's all we need is these three. Get is going to allow us to, hold on, let's make sure. It's going to allow us to get our document. So document, let's see. Okay, now we added the get module. So we're going to leave this simplified as what it was before, fix, and like that. And we're just going to keep it as defined by AI. So, okay, so now let's test this workflow and say something like create a simple guide on making money with digital products called money printing. Send that through. Okay, you see it just used the Google Docs create document. It did that. Now it's chatting, now it's updating the document, just did that. Now it just says, okay, I have created the guide titled Money Printing, a simple guide on making money with digital product. You can access it using the link below. Awesome, let's look at it. View the guide. Let's look at it real quick, see if it takes us to the link. Awesome, it just gave me a full guide. So that's how simple it is, family. You see, money printing, a simple guide on making money with digital products. That's how simple it is. All I did was connect a couple nodes with ChatGPT. Basically with ChatGPT, connect a couple nodes to my AI agent powered by ChatGPT that just, so that's as simple as it gets, family. You see, all I did was just link 3 of the nodes from Google Docs, basically connected my Google account to it, let AI decide what it's going to fill the content with, and I just tell it what to do. If you give it that access, you see, it just took me probably about 5 minutes to make. It's extremely simple. If you guys want this template, as well as all my other templates, make sure y'all check out the community where we have all of these templates as well as exclusive information and automations that are going to save you tremendous amount of time and also make you a tremendous amount of money if you are doing this for other people as well as using this for your business. So make sure y'all join the community with the description below. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or in the community. It's that simple.